Chocolate made from the beans in this cocoa fruit is everyone's favorite eatable. As per records, more than 80% of people consume chocolates every year. Unbelievable, right? But it's a fact. Well, what are the benefits of chocolates? Ever wondered about that? Let me help you out by learning the benefits of chocolates. Chocolate contains theobromine that can increase heart rate and excitement, while caffeine can make us feel awake and improve our ability to work and concentrate, as well as fat and sugar. Hence, chocolates are the preferred food source for humans because they're rich in calories and the reason behind their high consumption rate. Hey guys, welcome to another exciting video from our channel, How's It Made? In this video today, we take a look through how the world's favorite snack chocolate is made. Before jumping into the video, if you're new here, please consider subscribing to our channel. Also hit the bell icon to get a notification whenever we upload a new video. That said, let's begin. History of chocolates. It's said that cacao, the main ingredient of chocolate, was discovered 4,000 years ago. To be precise, since its discovery, chocolate has been considered God's food. Since BC, cacao has been called God's food in ancient Mexico, and it was very expensive. Adding on to that, the cocoa tree was first found in Mexico. While the Olmec is one of the earliest civilizations in Latin America at the beginning of the 16th century, the Aztec Emperor Montezuma was said to have drunk as many as 50 chocolates a day in golden cups as a very valuable drink. Chocolate at the time was nothing but a chocolatey muddy drink of cocoa beans unlike now, and people used to add corn flour to it and scent it with vanilla and spices to make it more special and enjoyable. Cacao across Europe. In 1519, a Spaniard arrived before Emperor Montezuma. General Fernando Cortés brought cacao to Europe. General Cortés, who traveled to Mexico, was surprised at the unknown taste when he treated the emperor with a chocolate rattle. As a result, acknowledging the super taste, he made his subordinate soldiers drink and cheer them up. In 1528, the cocoa and chocolates brought back with the lute were brought back to Spain. After that, it spread throughout Europe as a sweet drink, but now with added sugar. About 3,000 years after cacao was introduced to Spain, Dutchman Van Horten thought, is there a way to make chocolate easier to drink? Speaking about the same, in 1828, he squeezed the cocoa butter contained in cacao and invented cocoa powder. Whereas Van Horten's invention solved the shortcomings of astringent, bitter, and harsh chocolate and made cocoa a drink for the general public. The invention of this cocoa was an important impetus for today's chocolate. In 1847, the Englishman Joseph Fry invented the original form of chocolate today by adding cocoa butter to mashed cocoa beans and adding sugar. This is the beginning of edible chocolates or modern chocolates. However, modern chocolate still had a strong bitter taste, and a little more ingenuity was needed to popularize it. So it was Swiss Daniel Peter who added milk chocolate to make it mellow. Born in 1876, milk chocolate was sweet, delicious, and delightful. In this way, chocolate was further improved and spread all over the world. Have you ever assumed how chocolate is actually made? Making of chocolate. Cacao cultivation. Cocoa cultivation is the first and foremost step in the making of chocolate. The cocoa tree is very delicate and very difficult to grow in good condition. For optimal growth, a moist environment with a temperature of at least 25 degrees Celsius and a humidity of 80% or more with an ideal annual rainfall of approximately 1,800 mm is suitable in a shaded environment. Harvesting. The second step is harvesting. Cacao pods are only harvested after they're ripe. This is a technique for carefully protecting trees and ensuring that they bloom over and over again. Various tools such as a machete, picaroon, and shear are used for harvesting. Taking out cocoa beans. First, a bunch of cocoa beans wrapped in white pulp called mucilage is removed from the pod. Then sort the pods and save only the ones in the best condition. During the sorting process, the pods must be cut open with a machete or smashed with a club to separate the cocoa beans from the flower shaft. You can get 20 to 40 cocoa beans from one pod. Fermentation. The cocoa beans are either spread directly on the ground or naturally fermented in a wooden box. The method varies from country to country, but fermentation is a very important step in chocolate aroma and is a two-step process in covering the cocoa beans with banana leaves. The result is ethanol fermentation. This is a reaction that doesn't require oxygen. After that, acetic acid fermentation occurs by stirring the cocoa beans. This is a reaction that consumes oxygen. Dry the cocoa beans. This process dries the cocoa beans and reduces the water level contained in them to less than 7%. This will completely stop the fermentation process and allow it to be shipped and stored without the risk of re-fermentation. Using the traditional method, beans are spread on a wooden deck exposed to fresh air and the sun to get them dried. Bagging and shipping. Carefully, the impurities, foreign matter, dust, etc. are removed from the product before packing the beans. The cocoa beans are then shipped to their respective locations where they will now get turned into edible chocolates. Cleaning. The cocoa beans that have been shipped will now undergo a cleaning process. However, this is not a mandatory method until every process is done in one place, but that's hardly possible. As a result, the cocoa beans are cleaned to remove debris, stones, and other ruins from the cocoa pods. The cleaned beans are packed in large bags, each containing 1 ton of cocoa beans. Quality inspection. To ensure the quality conformity of cocoa beans, a quality inspection process is essential before entering the chocolate manufacturing process. Hence, sensory analysts with specialized knowledge perform taste analysis of each bean. Roasting. Roasting is a key and important process that's indispensable for bringing out the taste of chocolate. Precisely, cocoa beans are roasted in a gas-heated, air-filled spherical roaster. This brings out the aroma, dries the cocoa beans, and separates the husks from the beans for easier sorting. Crush. In the crushing process, the cocoa beans are ruptured and the shells and cocoa nibs are nothing but small cocoa pieces and are sorted as much as possible. As a result, all of these steps are done separately for each bean and from each region. Blend. In this process, beans of similar origin are mixed to create a unique cocoa aroma. This is known as a Grand Cru terroir but in French, or it may be blend of cocoa beans from different origins. To be precise, this blending technique blends cocoa nibs from different origins in the hopper of a cocoa bean grinder. Grinding and refining. Grinding is done on the cocoa beans to release the cocoa butter. Once this melts, it becomes a paste, creating a smooth liquid texture. The various ingredients needed to make chocolate are added at this stage to make a homogeneous paste. Then the paste produced is kneaded and now it's finally crushed into very small chocolate flakes. Conching. Conching is the final step in producing liquid chocolate. There are 2 steps. First, dry conching is performed to warm the product with frictional heat to promote liquefaction. After that, liquid conching is performed to promote homogenization of the whole product. However, conching is used as a finishing touch to aroma brewing and to reduce volatile acidity and water content to less than 1%. Tempering. In this process, basically the temperature of the chocolate liquid is set. In other words, it crystallizes cocoa butter into a stable shape during the temperature control cycle. Molding. The chocolate is now weighed and further poured into a mold and then it's cooled and hardened. Making pralines. Various pralines are used as fillings for bonbon chocolate. By mixing water and sugar, the chocolate is precisely heated and boiled down to reduce the amount to make caramel. Next, the mixing of dry fruits is performed with the chocolates. Hence, now the manufacturer mixes finely roasted almonds and hazelnuts in the process. After the mixing process is done, it's now cooled on a marble table and finely ground and refined. Making fillings. Chocolate fillings include pralines, ganache, and jean stew. On the other hand, ganache fillings are made by mixing chocolate with dairy products or fruits and emulsifying them. Coating and decoration. Of course, we all judge a book by its cover. Hence, it's important to chocolates to have an eye-catching, beautiful decoration and wrapping. The chocolate is coated and decorated to bring out the charm of bonbon chocolate. However, this has 3 steps. 1. Undercoat. The filling is rolled over the chocolate layer. When it's cooled, it becomes an undercoat of bonbon chocolate. 2. Coating. The undercoated filling is covered with chocolate in a certain pattern. 3. Decoration. After coating, the bonbon is decorated with chocolate with a fork-like tool or various materials. And that's all for today. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more informative videos. See you in the next video.